In last few years, 14,000 crore rupees was collected by SMEs through SME IPO. And out of that, 43% collection is still done in 2024 only. And still this year is not over. And such is a frenzy in stock market related to SME IPO. Of course, SME IPO, few of the SME IPO has given blockbuster return. We'll talk about that in detail. But most of the SME IPOs, no, they are not actually were no married to come into this no overall the Bombay Stock Exchange or NSE for the placement, because a lot of lapses are there. And no, like let us take some example, like Resourceful Automobile, no, they collected almost 4,800 crore rupees. Okay, almost you can say 419 times collection, and the IPO size was around 12 crore rupees only. Similarly, another recent listing, Boss Packing, they've collected around 135 times. 135 times, and that overall the IPO size was around 8 crore rupees. See, these all SME IPOs are between 5 crore to 100 crore rupees. And overall, if you talk about the SME IPOs, they why they come into this platform, because they want sufficient capital to expand their business. And there are two exchanges where they come. Normally, it is either BSE SME or it is NSE Emerge. Now, yes, listing can be done only in one exchange. Listing is not possible both in BSE SME or only or both together. Sorry. Now, understand one thing, that out of this also BSE SME is quite famous. So when the cross check and everything is done, no, the cross check is done by the exchange. It is not done by the SEBI. So suppose they come on the BSE MSE, then BSE will do a cross check about all their documents and everything, and they give a go ahead. So many of you may be thinking that upon this type of thing is happening, then why they are not stopping? You cannot stop that. See, at the end of the day, thousands and thousands, I can tell you in lakhs companies are there, they are in SME category, they want need of a capital. It is just know how you are able to you can say operate them, and more than that, no, regulate them. At the end of the day, this BSE SME, how they are able to regulate that. Of course, SEBI has a power, like an indirect power. So SEBI in future they may come up with the more rules. But let us talk about SME in detail, no, because at the end of the day, this is an area, no, where retail investors are earning big. And now as the funds are flowing, no, quick and fast, you can see 25,000 SIP crore rupees SIP is going every month. And now all the retail investors are coming, so they want to earn more, and that's why they are coming into SME IPO. Let us understand how the SME IPO is given return compared to, you can say, main board IPO. So this is a very very interesting study, and you can see here that over the years, from if you talk about you can see in the green color 2024, 120% average return is there in SME IPO. Okay, when again average amount raised is almost 33 crore rupees. Again, main board IPO, it is around 48.5%. Now if you see over the years, all the from the first 2019, you can see how much return the SME IPO is given. Last 722, 727, 1000%. Okay, last year it was 215%. Even last year for in main board IPO also, it was almost 85%. Now why I'm showing this, just to show you the what type of crazy return, no, all these company has given, SME IPO is given, and that's why retail investors want to get into it. Now their lot size is also bigger. The lot size is above 1 lakh rupees, between 1 lakh to 2 lakh. That much you have to apply, to get the allotment and all that. And basically, of course, the return is good. That's why many of the investors are going towards the SME IPO. But the some of the problems are there in SME IPO, because of what, no, it is sometimes, most of the market expert will avoid that. Of course, the transparency is not there. As Vijay Kaidia told, no, that famous investor, he is saying that, no, 9 out of 10 SME IPOs are the, no, a fraud or not investable. And क्यों क्योंकि see, last only, you must have seen the pictures on Twitter and everything, like they have their facility is not there, but just because of the help, because with the help of merchant bankers, they come and list their IPOs. Merchant bankers are earning a lot through SME IPO. Their commission is between around 10 to 20% minimum. Okay, so if it is 100 crore rupees for SME IPO, no, 10 crore rupees, more than 10, at least 15 to 20 crore rupees will go to the merchant banker's pocket. and that's why it is so famous. Even if you come with 10 crore, they will earn around 1 crore and more rupees. Then why they will not push for SME IPO? Then what it comes to, it comes always about no, that whether we should allow this type of IPO or not. You have to allow, there is no doubt about it, no? Because all these SME will become in future small cap, then mid cap, then large cap. Okay, okay, from SME, micro cap, small cap, mid cap, large cap. So you cannot close the door. It is just how you are able to regulate them properly. But lot many things you have to keep in mind, when we are talking about these IPOs. Again, while selection process also, you have to keep something in mind. Give you the step by step process. At least I'll give you 5 to 6 steps, which you have to follow before you invest in this IPO. Most of the IPO, the problem is, when they list, they have a bumper listing, and then the promoters or no, all these guys are getting out, and then the stock is price is falling, and then it becomes like a illiquid stock. No, people are not buying or selling because the liquidity is very less. So all these things you have to keep in mind, when you are talking about SME IPO. Again, guys, most of the investors are investing in SME IPO because of FOMO reason. What FOMO is? Fear of missing out. That everybody is earning through SME IPO. Like, no, when you list, you have a 1 lakh rupee. Suppose you have allotted, okay, and 80% say list to 80% premium. You are directly earning 80,000 rupees, and that's why people are going for the SME IPO. But if suppose you want to go for SME IPO, no, let us talk about what are the points you have to keep in mind before going to the SME IPO. So first of all, now you have to understand the financial health of a company. The You have to understand how the companies perform over there. So again, you if you go to the prospectors and all that, no, they will give you the complete detail about the no, what is the financial health and all that. The only problem which I feel always, no, because they are so small companies, 10 crore, 20 crore, no, the financial statements are not so great. Now you will say, Tapan, you are a chartered accountant and you are saying you guys are signing the financial statement. I'm not denying that. लेकिन कभी कभी क्या होता है ना, if management is hiding something and all, then there is no such a good audit and all that, तो problem आ सकती है. So we don't know what is there inside, or just because they want to come up with the IPO, they cook the books and all that things do happen. Honestly, I have seen it in few SMEs. I mean, I'm from Ahmedabad, so I know about that. तो ऐसा हो सकता है, and that is the problem when we see the financial health. No, इतना पता नहीं चलता अंदर चल क्या रहा है. So this is what the transparency is not there. Again, the second point which I want to tell you is understanding the management. A problem you है कि ना, we are not getting so much of information about the management. How is the management of a company and all that? Again, what is there in their mind? Again, the scale is very less. What is their vision? Okay, like a big IPO coming, no, you have lot of history, and a lot of, you have taken a credit rating agency rating also for securing loans and all that. So many things are there. But here there is nothing like that. Again, what the management thinking, again, वो कहते हैं ना कि बहती गंगा में हाथ धोना होता है. So many of the, no, this companies, small SME thinking, अरे यार, we are getting funds from outside, no, at a cheaper level. Okay, we'll sell some stake. Okay, and all these merchant bankers are there, they will help us out. They'll take fees, that's okay, no, but we are taking getting funds, no. Again, suppose they list at 100, okay, but the stock price goes to 250, indirectly their valuation is also going up. So these are the attraction. That is why, no, most of the SME comes to the SME IPO. Of course, still it is slowly started. Okay, yeah, we have just seen the chart. ऐसा नहीं कि बहुत आ रहे, but yes, now the companies are coming because they can see, like, no, the last resorts automobile got 4800 crore rupees. Even this Boss Parking got 135 times collection. उसके वजह से क्या होता है, people think, okay, now we are getting funds, so they may come into this SME, BSE SME to list their company. Of course, the biggest beneficially all these merchant bankers. Now how this can be saved is that a tight regulation, and Bombay Stock Exchange or NIC may do in future. SEBI also have to interact, but it will take some time. Okay, so the management point also you have to keep in mind, how is the management and all that. Again, you have to see the market condition, which sector they are in. Suppose it's a chemical company, so how the chemical sector is look like, who are the competitors, what they are doing, and how they are going to progress from here. Again, no, you have to go into deep, no, from where they are securing their basically raw material, no, what is the GP, what is the net profitability and all that stuff. You have to go into deep about the business model of a company, because unless you don't know the business model, how you will decide that this company is going to do well in future also. So you have to understand the business model and the sector in detail, plus think about the what are the competitions and all that. No, are there a big players against that, whether they'll able to survive or not. So that also you have to think about it. Another point you have to keep in mind is that is the fourth point is the valuation point. How is the valuation? Okay, whatever they are bringing, okay, but is it worth it? What are the ratios? And based on the future process, they, because this company's IPO price band, no, who are bringing these merchant bankers, and merchant bankers will always try to please their customers. So who are the customer? The SME who are bringing the IPO. So in order to, they may keep a higher price also, and there may be so many things going at a operator level. See, SME IPO can easily be operated. 10 करोड़ 20 करोड़ आईपीओ होते हैं. ओके, तो इतना बड़े आईपीओ नहीं होते हैं, सो दे कैन इजीली ऑपरेट दैट. And some of the merchant bankers have that type of financial muscle to operate that. So all these things you have to, यानी उससे आपको पता नहीं चलेगा कि really what is the worth of a company. Like big company like Reliance or Cipla and all that, you cannot operate it easily. But all this some small company you can operate. On the first day they'll make a 200% rise in the price and all that, and what is there you don't know. And by the time you get in, and the operator will get out. So valuation, you have to understand what is the company worth. But problem is that only that when a retail investor comes into picture, no, they normally don't think all this. They literally feel, "Arey, yeah, stock bhag raha hai na 50 100%. Let me get into it." So keep this in mind. This is so important to understand the valuation of a company. Again, another fifth point which I wanted to know is that, see the locking period. Okay, sometimes when you bring an SME, there may be a locking period for the promoter. कितने समय का है? 3 महीने 6 महीने तक बेच नहीं पाएंगे. Because if locking period is getting over and suddenly the flow comes, then again the stock price will go down. So locking period kitna hai, and all that stuff also you have to keep in mind. But overall you have to understand about the management, business model. Okay, for what purpose they are taking this capital, how they are going to use it. Again, after getting this capital, are they using it properly or not in the right business, so keep in the mind. And of course the management, very important, plus the valuation. All these points you have to keep in mind before coming into SME IPO. This frenzy is going to be there. SME IPO यहाँ है, रहने वाला है, ये बढ़ेगा. It is not going to stop from here. It will go up a lot. It is just, if you want to take benefit out of that, this point you have to keep in mind. The problem is everything is not visible on black and white when we talk about SME. The way it is, no, means the chances are more that it is visible for a bigger IPO. So keep this in point in mind, guys, when you invest in an SME IPO. Hope you like this video. If you like it, do like it and share it to everyone, guys. Again, if you have any question related to any stock or anything, put it in the chat box or comment box. I will do reply it. And I'll see you soon in the next video. By the way, how we do research, like the way I told you, the same way we do research of our companies also, which we recommend. The link is given below. You can click that link and join that session also. So see you then. Thank you very much for joining. I'll see you soon tomorrow. Bye bye.